Hey guys, I'm Lucy.
And I'm Sinna.
This week on the Gryphon Grind, we're taking a look at STEM's working students.
29% of STEM students have a job, and we've interviewed some of the interesting ones.
This first piece is for you, David. We see you tweeting at the Gryphon Grind.
My position entails almost a little bit of everything. Player relationships, fan relationships, and a little bit of opening the Zamboni doors and managing the Ice Girls. It's a little bit of everything. And the favorite part of the job is my relationships with the fans, the guys, everybody I've met through the years. I've met tons of characters. I've met characters. And I've met gold medalists. I've met gold medalists from the Shannon Zabados of Team Canada. And one of my things I don't like about the job, it's the drunks we get every so often who've thrown some beer on me. It's not fun. Got the job in the most peculiar way you would think. I just made a phone call over to the office and asked if anybody needed interns, and they transferred me over to this guy named Austin Gantz. When he was still here, he was the promotions director at the time. And he put me on the doors at first, and that's how I really got my start here. Over the years, I've noticed that everybody thinks hockey's just a fighting game where guys use teeth. Yeah, I see a few guys having to get new teeth here and there, and I have to search through the snow from the Zamboni to look for teeth. Yeah, that's not it. It's more of a mental game, too. It's a mental game that uses your mind, and it uses your body, and let me tell you, everything we do at the STEM Academy can almost apply to everything on ice.
Geez, that sure was icy.
This next piece features a family-friendly center full of putt-putt and go-karts.
This STEM student sure is a goonie. Let's over to Nadia.
Hi, my name is Nadia, and I work at the Sir Goonie Family Fun Center in Farragut. At Goonies, I have a lot of responsibilities. I maintain the golf course, I run the go-kart track and the paintball field, as well as the water park in the summer. I have a lot of the managerial stuff, so I run the window as well and all the food. In the summer, I typically get probably 42 hours a week. I spend my money mainly on helping pay the bills, so I pay for my car payment, my gas, my phone bills, so my parents don't have to worry about all that. The downsides to the job, there really aren't any. I guess working in the summer when it's hot outside, but other than that, not really. A perk of it is my boss. With Johnny, he is an amazing person. It makes it seem more like a family than really working. Sometimes in my downtime, I do bring some friends over and we'll play paintball or do go-karts, maybe sometimes mini golf.
Some jobs are dull and boring, but once in a while you get hired into a position that's exciting. Devin Horton was lucky enough to land a job at the Knoxville Zoo.
I've been working at the zoo for about 3 weeks now. The best part about my job is the people that I work with and the guests that I encounter. Standing all day when it's slow. Training involved how to use a cash register, how to talk to guests. I expected to be working with the giraffes or like the animals, but instead I'm working with people. With this job it is easy because the hours are really flexible. The monkeys, you can hear them screaming. Like in the morning, they like scream at each other.
So we all know it can be hard to find a job that accommodates to the challenges of school. But these three who all work at Rita's have found an environment that accommodates to that.
Did you know that 96.7% of our student population has never been fired from a job?
I wish that included Ethan Boffman.
She's pulling the weight in this relationship.
Well, we all started around the same time. I started the early part of last May, and then Kat and Ethan both kind of joined shortly after. So it's been about 10 months for all of us.
Oh, the free ice cream.
Just getting to eat the ice cream for free.
Definitely. And one time we actually had a heroin addict overdose in the back of our store and had to call 911, and they had to drill an IV into her leg to try and resuscitate her.
Had to clean Hep C off before.
she did have Hep C.
Scoop ice.
Scoop ice, pour frozen custard out of the machine.
Sometimes we clean the floors.
It's basically just about making all of the different treats at the store, so like the ices, the gelatis, the milkshakes. One of the good things about Nancy, she is understanding of duties to school. So
yeah, especially since a lot of people from STEM have worked there.
Yeah,
for
so
years.
if you only want to work on the weekends, she's completely fine with that, and so that helps. Well, I first got the job so that I could buy a car, and now I've kind of like, I guess I've like moved up, so I'm in like a leadership position, and I want to be able to put that on my college resume to help out.
My parents said they weren't going to give me money anymore, so I got a job.
I just have it for job experience.
This next interviewee works at Home Depot, cheerfully helping customers in any way possible. Let's head over to student worker Jalen Baylock.
I first got the job by my dad actually helped me get this job. He knew a friend out west at the West Home Depot, and he hooked me up with the person from HR, and I actually got hired there. Then I got transferred here because it was closer to home. I work because one, I always grew up like you have to like earn it, and you have to like work for everything. So my parents weren't giving me money anyway, so I was like, you know what, might as well get a job and just start paying for my own stuff. All right, so this is my typical work schedule right here. As you see, we just since daylight savings, so they start working me back on Fridays 6 to 10, but usually I just mainly work on Sundays. As you see, a lot of 11:30s to 8 and then 8 to 4. So usually my main day is on Sunday, 8-hour shifts. Ugh. But yeah, all I like about my job is, of course, the pay, and basically it's kind of like a workout. I mean, because this is what I do. I lift concrete, I help people load, I get buggies over there, and that's what I like to do. So that's why I like my job. You have help. You can get health insurance. You can donate your money to the Homer Fund, where it helps people that's gone through like a terrible accident, like they lost their home or a funeral they can't pay for. And also, of course, the 401k, you can do that. So there's many options, many benefits. Work doesn't really affect my school performance at all. The only maybe one time in econ, I accidentally maybe forgot something because I got off really late, and in econ, but that's another story. But it doesn't really affect my work performance at all. Definitely since I don't really work that much.
If I could describe this next piece, I'd say Bob the Builder. Wait, no, Nick Brothers.
I got my job with Southern Design Builders because the boss goes to church with me, and he asked if I wanted to come work one summer, so I did. When we have school, I usually only work on Saturdays, but throughout the summer I'll work all week long, typically 60, 70 to 80 hours a week. I get $10 an hour and $12.50 overtime, and I feel like it's pretty fair. Halfway through the summer, I asked for a raise, and the boss just put me up on scaffolding and said, "Here's your raise." So I decided to give myself a raise of $12.50 an hour overtime. There's not really anything I don't like about my job. Sometimes I get a little tired after working really long weeks, but overall I really enjoy it. Working construction, there's lots of dangers that you face. Roofing and operating equipment are some of the few that we face every day. Over the summer, we started and completed 7 custom houses and 1 spec house. It was pretty fun, and I learned a lot. For anybody that would be interested in going into a construction field, some advice that I would give you is you can't be lazy and you can't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Wow, he's definitely a builder. Hey Lucy, did you know that 56.6% of STEM students think that having a job doesn't affect their schoolwork?
Wow, that's crazy. Very few students work their freshman year because they're trying to get used to their high school schedule. Molly Erickson beats this odd as she works at Food City. Let's take a closer look.
My name is Molly Erickson and I work at Food City. I started working at Food City about 1.5 years ago. My experience working at Food City has been one to remember. I decided to do the job just so I'd have extra money. I work at Food City on the weekends and sometimes during the week. I'd probably say the amount of hours I work during the week is probably about 30. Working has definitely affected my school life and made things a little bit more challenging. My job entails just helping out with others, bagging groceries, pushing buggies, and just being a courtesy to others. Any advice to anyone who is trying to work and go to school would be just make sure that you definitely plan out your days accordingly.
Let's take a look at something closer to home with Olivia and Grace at the Foundry.
I'm Grace. I'm a waiter at the Foundry, and we basically just come in and we set up the room and make it look all fancy before whatever party we have. And then it's a buffet style, so I just serve drinks and I'll clean up the tables, and then we break down the room afterwards. I really like being able to work with all the different people there. The customers are usually like really nice, and I like all the people I work with, like Olivia, Emma, and Christina are all from school and they work there. And so I think that that's really cool that I can work with people I go to school with. And then challenges, sometimes you get like really rude customers or college guys that hit on you. The high schoolers that work there are pretty much the backup people, so we don't work as often, maybe twice a week. And then the money I earn is used for car insurance, gas. I eat a lot of food, so I spend money on that, and just little expenses here and there.
Many employed students at the LNN have typical jobs, but senior Cameron Johnson, he takes it a little bit further. Cameron, come on.
Hey guys, I'm Cameron Johnson. This next piece that I put together for you guys, it's kind of a passion project of mine. We've been working on it or should I say I have been working on it for quite a few years now. We tried to go a little more artistic with it. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and roll the clip.
Scene 5, shot 19A, take 1.
So my position, it entails film work. I'm a filmmaker. And what I do when I get on set is the past couple projects I've worked on that I've been paid for, I was the director of photography. So the first project I worked on, it was a feature film, so it demanded a lot of time from me. So we worked, it was 4 weekends, it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and basically the hours that I worked, it kind of ranged, but the big days were about 12-hour days. So my favorite parts of the job is that I get to do my passion. It's what I want my career to be on down the road, and I think that, just being able to do that right now in high school, it's another kind of just plus to being able to do it. The money I've earned from the 2 films that I've shot, coincidentally, I've just pretty much put it right back into filmmaking. I've saved up for a camera, I've bought a bunch of accessories for that camera, some lenses, so really just, what I'm getting from doing filmmaking, I'm putting right back into filmmaking.
Talk about a one-man show.
Thanks, Cameron.
You can
It's
go.
time for me to leave.
You can
Yeah.
go.
Sorry,
Yes.
guys.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that was the last piece.
Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.